Alright, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video, because you didn't have to, but I thank you. We back with the last and final Chronicles No Limit episode. It is going to be a real quick video because it was only one episode. Normally I had to do a review, and it is a review. It ain't no more reaction, even though it's kind of is a reaction, but it's a review because I'm not watching it as... Yeah, like at least that's how I see reaction go. Like I'd be sitting here watching it and having like a video of myself watching it and then reacting. So it's not really a reaction. It's a review. So we're gonna talk about the review. They covered a lot in this last episode from the rapper Mac, how he went to jail, then how he murdered, the rise of the new No Limit Forever, and Lil Romeo. So we're gonna hop right on into it, and they start off with Mac. Now, I had a discussion with my brother, not on this or any other video. We was discussing off air about who are the top, I guess 10 or 5 rappers that would have, rappers in No Limit, and he was like, yeah, he would have put Mac up in the high top 5, top 3, top 2. I really didn't. I knew of No Limit. Like I said, it's a lot of rappers. It's a lot of rappers. I say it a lot. I said that a lot. I'm saying it again. I don't know why, but it's a lot of rappers. So I don't really remember, and a bunch of different voices. So I can't really. I don't really remember anyway. I remember all the voices and names. So I just heard voices, but not a lot of, hey, that's such and such. I remember the distinctive one, like Mystical, C Murder, even Silk, Mama Mia X, I finna call Mama Mia. But Mac, they talked about him, how basically for all of them, except for maybe Mystical, all of them cases with C Murder and Mac was a little iffy, but it's still the time. I was finna say that was the time back then, but it's still the time. When it comes down to black people and crime, you always worry about what gonna happen. And basically for the thing with Mac, it was like he was at a club doing a show, some shot rang off. Some people got to fight in a way, and then some shot rang off. He fired a shot in the air. He going searching around for his mom, because he took his mom with him. I like that. He kept his mom with him, I would done the same. If I'm going to do a show with my mama there and see me perform. But anyway, that's just me. And then they end up busting him because he had his gun out, and then they basically said he shot the dude. Even though none of the ballistics or anything matched, but just because he was a rapper and he thought about murder and stuff, they just basically convicted him. Then with C Murder, you have to say, I'm skipping. I just thought about it. I'm skipping the parts when they talked about Romeo. We'll get to all of that in the last little part of this review. Like I said, it's gonna be a shorter video than the other two. I think they was around about 30. This might be around about maybe 10, maybe 20. I don't know, maybe 15. I'm just throwing out bad numbers. I'm just keep talking. C Murder. Now you can say the C Murder. His was a little bit different because he had already had a prior case that he kind of got away with. Prior thing, in a way, incident, shooting, rather. And so you can't, you have to say, you shouldn't put yourself in that second position. You shouldn't put yourself in that position. And for P had always had that. For all of his artists that got locked up, that was his thing. Like, yo, I tried to get you out of those situations where other people, and I kind of understand it because, yeah, you might be on the up and up trying to do everything, but that don't mean that everybody is. And that everybody could get you in trouble. And that would happen to Mac. Now, that first case with C Murder, I think he was trying to get in a club and they wouldn't let him in because they wanted to see if he had weapons, so they could take the weapons off of him, and he didn't want to give up his weapons, and then they say he ended up shooting at the club owner and whatnot. I think he went to jail a little bit for that, but then he got up. But then the second one is iffy, and that's why, I didn't even know that people are still trying to get him out of jail today until I seen this episode and I seen some previous with Monica. And I was like, really? So they still trying to get C Murder out? Because, man. But in the second one, it was supposed to be like C Murder was a club, artists and stuff, and some artist got jumped. C Murder was in the jumping. He got pulled off. He got back into the fight. And then a gun went off, and then they just said the C Murder did it. Basically because he was the only notable name. And the only notable name as in he was a rapper. He was a big time artist. So, yeah, they went after him. Crazy, but C Murder kind of, like, because they didn't have any evidence. Didn't nobody really say that, he had a gun or he did anything. But, I mean, I guess down there in Louisiana, y'all, if you from Louisiana in the comment section, you already know about this. Listen to this video, you probably put that in the comment section. Yeah, that's how it goes down there. It's a lot of shady businesses. They talked about Mystical and his criminal past. I don't know if they recorded this before or after. I think Mystical got hit with another sexual assault charge, like recently. I don't know. Maybe that one he got out on that. I don't know. But they hit on that, and then before this all happened, they talked about how during this time, even before that, because they had Master P had kind of started to. He wasn't doing a rap thing. He kind of started to get Romeo involved. Okay, he was trying to do something different, trying to get something new. And then with all these other artists, former artists, started going to jail, he started using. He had to try to, like, the No Limit name was starting to be a little tarnished with all these people catching cases and stuff like that. So he had to change the image up a little bit. And then here comes Romeo, Lil Romeo. Now he Romeo. Because if you listen to the music back then, Romeo was he was what he was supposed to be. He was a kid. He was rapping about puppy love and stuff like that. He wasn't supposed to be out here rapping about being a gangster. He seemed like he doing that now in the latest video that they showed at the end. He was sounding really rough and tough and rugged. When we know he grew up in the streets of Richmond, in high places like that. He wasn't in no hoods like that. But that was the problem that they said that C Murder had. That he was always in the hood. He was a dude, and this certain hood, and that ain't even like where he got hurt at, right? When like he was in the hood and somebody tried to take a shot at him, he was in a club. That can happen to anybody. That can happen to anybody going to any club at any time. That's all rappers. So I would probably say that it wasn't. Seemed like for the parts of the show or the video they were showing it, the people love him. They weren't gonna try to take a shot at him. I ain't saying they wouldn't, but it seemed like they really vibe with his C Murder. But back to Romeo in Master P, there was a way to kind of not distance himself, because in the end he still rided for Mac, he still rided for C Murder, he still rided for all his people that was going through charges, but at the same time he had to create a different lane. And having Romeo, it did that. Romeo was a success. I think his first two albums went platinum. He started doing TV shows and movies and stuff. So it worked. And though you could say a lot for this whole Chronicles thing, docuseries about No Limit and Master P as a whole, that a lot of the stuff that he tried, it worked. It worked. Now the Ricky Williams thing, the Swear thing, that wasn't really his fault. That was more on Ricky Williams. He the one who asked for all that in the bad deal. So, but for the most part, that's what I got out of this review. And I think they kind of said that in the last part. I know I skipped over the Romeo thing, because it really wasn't that. It really wasn't none of substance there for me. I'm sorry. If you're a big Romeo fan, put a thumbs up or something like that in the comment section. I don't know. I do know that they created a new, it ain't new, it's the No Limit Forever, which he is the head of, and with all of Master P kids 'Cause all of them seem like they got some form of. I know two of them. They look like two of them play basketball. One of them, a couple singles in there. And you got Romeo. So I don't really know. Only time will tell if he has the same success and same things that his father did. It ain't like his father had stopped doing anything because he's still trying to do movies. Like I said, I got the Hookup 2. I got the Hookup 1, good movie. I got the Hookup 2, I don't want to say nothing bad, but it was trash. I said it. Alright, I lied. I said it. And then I guess he got a food thing where it's called wraps. He got the oodles and noodles. He got some tater chips called wraps. I want to try them. And I guess they only sell them at Walmart because these were the parts that they showed that they sold in Walmart. But if it working, it seemed to be working because he's making some profit off of it. And that's what I say. Like the whole thing that documentary was like, yo, a lot of the stuff that P tried, it worked. He was a great businessman. I said that. He was a hustler. He took his hustler mentality from the streets and put it into the entertainment business. And not a lot of people can do that. And you see a lot of people now duplicating or copying what he did, even though he laid the groundwork for that. Like you got Rock Nation, you got basketball players and football players coming up with their own sport agency. Or they being their own agents and taking their own. You ain't gotta have somebody else do it. Do your business. You do it yourself. You take care of that. Now, of course, he has some people that work with him to help him out with that, but he still was getting the majority of the money, and that's, I guess, the true definition of a hustler, or at least for him anyway. Like I think a lot of people. I mean, I look at it and I was like, yo, I want to be like Pete. I want to be like Pete when I grow up. I mean, I'm already grown up, but his success didn't start until he was late into his late 20s, early 30s. So I'm close. So hopefully I can get there. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. As I said, it's gonna be like a little short final review of the Chronicles No Limit Chronicles. I don't really know how they say it. This is the finale. I will be doing the Rough Riders Chronicles. I think it comes on right after that. So this video might come out first, and then that video will drop sometime later on that day. Thank you again. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, share, and I'm out.